What are some less known, darker facts about beloved countries? The Dutch once ate their prime minister. If you've ever looked at a country like Liechtenstein on a map and wondered how a country that small can maintain a flourishing economy, the answer is that they are one of the largest offshore banking sites in the world. Most people only think of the Cayman Islands when it comes to offshore banking, but the Cayman Islands aren't even close to being the only place where rich people stash their money to avoid paying taxes on it. Most of the places that do it are territories and not countries. The Cook Islands, Anguilla, Jersey and Guernsey are a few other big offshore banking sites, but Liechtenstein has made it the core of their economy. France had concentration camps in 1936 for Spanish immigrants who fled the Civil War. On Toronto's beaches up to the mid-1950s, it was common to see signs that read "No dogs or Jews allowed." Bhutan forcibly expelled Hindus in order to create its happy paradise. Netherlands slaved the shit out of Africans. And the Belgium did some shit in Africa that would make Joseph Mengele go, "Whoa, calm down buddy." As in cutting hands off slaves who would work too slow in Leopold II's rubber plantations. In around 1910, the Australian government decided it was a good idea to steal indigenous children from their mothers and send them to schools to be taught. Some of them never even saw their parents again. They were called the Stolen Generation. Spain created over 50 new torture methods in the past 300 years. New Zealand, high rates of child abuse, hidden poverty and a housing crisis on the brink, not enough housing, and what there is extremely expensive to both rent and buy and rapidly rising at a ridiculous rate. It's also not particularly high quality. I don't watch the news often, but I swear every time I do there's a new child abuse case. We're effing shocking. Canada has an incredible racist history involving taking Aboriginal children from their homes and bringing them to residential schools where they were beaten, underfed, and forced never to speak their language. Many of them died. Sweden used to sterilize its minorities, the mentally ill and LGBT people, the latter until 2013. And has held India captive in their own country for over 200 years, but that's not all. Protests against us Brits were suppressed brutally, the most notable one being shushing down the protest meeting at Jallianwala Bagh in 1919. The park had a very narrow exit, and a large number of people were there. What General R.E.H. Dyer's forces did, they blocked the narrow exit and fired at all the people. Thousands of innocent children, women, and men died. What were our ancestors thinking? In parts of Colombia it's tradition to have sexual relations with female donkeys as a way of practicing safe sex before marriage. Not enough people know about the Islamic Revolution in Iran, in my opinion more pitied than beloved nowadays, but it was a nice and rather free country before. Especially for women, they were able to vote, were encouraged to get education, women and men mixed freely, and even 6 women were elected in parliament prior to it.